Welcome back to Hannity. All right, yesterday, Russell Brand, a D-list actor, better known for his failed marriage to Katy Perry, recorded himself going on a 12-and-a-half-minute tirade against little old me. Take a look.
I don't know petty or trivial, but Sean Hannity does look a bit like the Ken doll in the Toy Story 3 film. Also, he has his name on a police badge in the corner of a screen. Hannity! Got a police badge with stars above it.
A terrorist organization.
Look at Sean, so pleased with that bit, isn't he? Yourself. Is Hamas a terrorist organization?
Well, answer question with question. That's another one of the rules I have. I didn't take a job on Fox News because I'm interested in progress. I'm interested in shouting and pointing and simplifying things.
Not funny. Anyway, ouch. I feel so bad that Russell doesn't like my style of interviewing. Unfortunately, this out-of-work actor, he didn't stop at stylistic critiques. He had this to say about the crisis in the Middle East, as ignorant as he is.
Small countries like Palestine, or God, there isn't even Palestine now. The Gaza Strip don't have they don't have an army. Look, they don't have one. So, like, if they're in any way going to try and defend themselves, it's going to be through what we would perceive or term as acts of terror. But that's just language, really.
3,000 rockets, Russell, fired into Israel. 2/3 of the Israeli population in bunkers in just the last month. Now, Russell, if you're watching, and I'm sure you will, take a close look at your TV because I need to educate you because you're kind of dumb and ignorant. Now, this, what I'm about to show you, to educate you, is the charter of the internationally recognized terror group Hamas. I'll read it with you to help you. Israel will exist and will continue to exist until Islam will obliterate it, just as it obliterated others before it. In fact, Hamas will seek to destroy Israel at any cost, even by using fellow Palestinian women and children as human shields. But apparently Russell can't get it through his thick head and possibly fathom that this is the reality. And joining us now is Bernard McGurk.
Hello, Ken. I was going to say, Brand got that one right. Anyway.
I know, that's a compliment.
And Geraldo and Dagan.
You look just like that thing on top of the wedding cake. Handsome, don't get me wrong. That's not bad. Not bad, not bad.
Well, he refers to me as a terrorist. I actually have that side. You want to watch this part?
Who in that situation was behaving like a terrorist, using intimidation, bullying, being unreasonable? Sean Hannity. That's where the terrorism's coming from.
Ken doll terrorist? Okay.
I mean, this guy's got a skanky look. He looks like he cooks meth and sleeps in his car. I wouldn't be calling anybody names.
Hey, don't go after my people.
My apologies. You can't understand him either. I mean, at least you can understand Ricky Gervais. It's no wonder the guy's not working.
He's a doofus, which is unfortunate, and his attack on you unwarranted. Still, I think that there are two sides to this story that are not necessarily being told.
3,000 rockets, 3 kidnapped kids slaughtered.
1,300 dead civilians, 40% of them children, Sean. This is undermining Israel. This is the worst thing for Israel's stature and standing in the world. It's fueling anti-Semitism, and it's going to accomplish very, very little, but prolong this crisis.
If 3,000 rockets were fired into America, wouldn't you obliterate the infrastructure of the group responsible? Would you call for that?
Michael Bloomberg came home from Israel last week saying, open the airport. These rockets are ineffective. The Iron Dome's got them solid. How many civilians have been killed by those rockets? I'll tell you, one Israeli Arab in the field. You have seen what happened in that hospital. We've seen what happened at the UN school today. Sean, we can no longer ignore what is happening.
I do actually have something to say about that, because particularly to get back to these celebrities that are pro-Palestine and increasingly anti-Israel, why don't they go after Hamas? Why don't they tell Hamas to stop using hospitals as command centers and using civilian sites for military purposes? Because they increasingly sound just like Russell Brand, like they're drinking cocktails of stupidity and bigotry. And you're seeing that. What about...
Listen, you have to remember that this guy got fired from MTV for showing up the day after 9/11 dressed as Osama bin Laden. So there's no... that's a fact. So I'm not surprised that he's hating on my Hebrew brothers and sisters. But the reason why...
And your Irish brother.
He says you're blaming the victim, but... You're not blaming the victims.
Who started this conflict?
Hamas. He thinks he doesn't believe in Israel's fundamental right to exist.
Here's what I want to ask Geraldo.
We love Israel. We are Zionists. But where does Israel wants to disarm Hamas?
Good.
How exactly do you do that? Do you round up every man in the Gaza, occupied Gaza, between the ages of 12 and 62? How exactly do you
destroy the tunnels?
Disarm Hamas.
You find the rockets. You find where they're being fired.
Permanent peace solution. We have to end the occupation.
How do you have peace with a group that wants to obliterate you?
Because you make peace with your enemy. We made peace with Germany. Germany killed 6 million Jews. We made peace. The best friends with Germany.
And the Brits obliterated cities in Germany after the bombing of Britain.
Japan, we made friends with Japan. You make peace with your enemies the way Menachem Begin and Anwar Sadat did.
These people do not.
We have to put walls between these people.
Anwar Sadat's not alive. He was killed.
These ignorant stars, though, don't want peace. You had 100 Spanish stars, including Penelope Cruz and Javier Bardem, wrote an open letter accusing Israel of genocide. We ought to be very, very afraid about what's going on in Europe.
You know what's scary? Everything's backwards. I got to tell you, if you don't have moral clarity that Israel has the right to defend themselves here, Bernie, I think this world is screwed up beyond any
held to a standard that no other nation in its position would be.
Can you imagine for 15 seconds?
Israel's here to stay.
Right,
and they can't accept,
and I would die for
Israel. But they can't accept that.
Can you imagine
fact.
if those were Jewish children that were killed?
But they're trying to kill them.
It's horrible that the Palestinian children are being killed. That's horrible.
We would all be volunteering to go now
their own
to
leaders
wipe them out.
Their own leaders are responsible
Geraldo,
for it.
if 3,000 rockets were fired into America, you'd be leading the charge.
Conflict there.
You'd be leading the
Jewish star
charge.
tattooed on my fist. I would die for Israel. Israel is wrong-headed about this. They've gone way too far.
You're wrong.
Instead, we've got
They haven't gone far enough. They've shown too much restraint.
You want to wipe out everybody?
I want to wipe out Hamas, a terror group dedicated to Israel's destruction.
And how are we going to do that exactly?
You militarily take them out.
What are you going to do? Tell me how you do it.
They're doing it.
15 seconds.
They're doing it right there. What they're doing now is about right.
Of the 1,300, how many are Hamasites?
Well, they're killing the infrastructure. They got 50 tunnels.
And the babies. I'm telling you, Sean, it's...
All right, we got to go.
By the way, if you want Russell Brand to shut up, have Mark Levin attack him. It worked with John Stewart.
They also worked with Alec Baldwin.
All
right, more Hannity after the break.
Yankovic.